Good morning. It's Randy Byrd and Pamela Johnson here for eXp Exposed. Today, I'm going to be asking the hard questions of Pamela of what all the hubbub is about this eXp Realty being a virtual or cloud-based company. Pamela, welcome and good morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Good
you're in
morning to
beautiful
you.
Florida, right?
I'm in Florida. I actually have my windows open because it cooled down a bit, so it's nice.
Oh, wow. I bet it's 68 degrees. It's freezing.
Probably, yeah. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. So, I just wanted to bring up some of the common questions that come up with the XP, which it's how do you operate in the cloud-based or virtual space? Because without offices, most agents, we want to have a place to sit. We want to have a feeling of a desk or something. But as we're moving into the 20th century, what's that look like from your perspective?
Well, it looks great from my perspective. Now, there's a lot of people it may feel like it's not a fit for. So what eXp has done is they've created virtual team suites. So you could actually have your own team suite and meet in the cloud with each other and have your newscaster clothes on, right? So you don't even have to have, you could be in your pajamas and be at a very high level of meeting or training. So
interesting. So you're saying that it feels similar to going into an actual physical office?
Yes, yes, it does. In fact, if you'd like, I could show you what it looks like.
Yeah, I'd love you. Take us for a little tour of what that looks like.
All right, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
So I am in the cloud. I am in eXp World, and this is me here. So what I'm going to do is I can pop anywhere by going to the Go To. If you have your own team suite, under the Go To menu, your team suite will be here. It'll be named, and you can just go to it by clicking it.
So there's 128 people in the campus right now, basically in the
Yes.
eXp offices?
Yes, and offices and in trainings. So this is our full campus. And it just takes a second, and then I'm going to pop right into the team suite. So this would be someone's team suite. So they come in six offices, 12 offices, 18 offices, and I'll just walk you around a little bit to show you what this looks like. By the way, my daughter makes fun of my outfit. We could change our clothes, but why do that? You embarrass your kids. So here's an example of an office right here.
So this would be branded to you.
You could actually put your name at the top of the office. So this one's called collaboration space, but for each person, if it's a transaction coordinator, it could say their name or transaction coordinator. So let me just walk into this office and I could show you, these screens around the sides, you can either use for pictures of your family or you can actually do trainings. They interact with your computer. So whatever you're talking about, if you want to have a presentation, they can be up on the wall in a meeting.
Wow.
And you can even create different formats for this office. We see a conference table. We could actually, if you had a lot of people, you could empty it just by clicking these numbers at the top. Yep, cocktail reception, maybe a little collaborative meeting, your principal's office set up, right?
Wow.
And then, of course, back to the conference table. So you can just imagine. I mean, I remember for trainings in my past brokerage, pushing tables together and trying to get everything ready for people, and then people not being able to make it in. You can always make a meeting in here if you have a laptop with you or even your phone. So what we also have in here is a large conference room and also a small conference room. So this would be the large one, the boardroom.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you can put your team name on the wall. And again, great for trainings. This format is in empty currently, but you can see there are group conference table groups.
So this is specific to you, specifically your team, whether it's nationally, locally in Florida, wherever it is. This is all your information. Nobody else could see this?
No. Everybody is that belongs to the team can come into this
with a password or something.
Suite. Yeah, well, they'll have access, but speaking of password, if you wanted to meet with a vendor or even a client, you give them a password and they can meet you in your office in here if they would like to.
Wow, that's cool. So
Yeah.
vendors, sellers, buyers, everybody can come in with a password and meet in your private offices.
Yep. That is your office as your office would be
Wow.
in the real world, not the virtual world. You can invite anybody in that you would
You're
want
right.
to.
This is a totally different way of thinking.
Yep.
Because, I liked being in an office with 100 other agents. And what do you do with the person that really, likes being around a bunch of other agents? Probably never 100. Now it's hard to find 4 or 5 in the office. But what do you do with the agent that wants to have that collaboration, or do you see a lack of collaboration now?
I think like anything new, it's the matter of getting used to this. However, as I'm also a real estate coach, and I can tell you that a lot of people stay home anyway because they feel very distracted by the water cooler chat, and the people say, hey, do you have a minute, and all of that. But you could still meet people in person, but be more deliberate about it. Make it a fun social event. Once a month, do something together. Or you could meet for coffee. But you will see more and more, you will be totally fine with being in this office because it is so much more convenient, and you are getting much more done.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I heard somebody say, well, eXp doesn't have any offices, but in fact, they do have offices. Don't they have physical locations? And
Yes, they have. We have a allegiance with Regents, or I should say alliance with Regis
okay.
offices. Yeah, and I know that you know about those, right? So they're all over the country.
I have. I've used Regis in the past, but I don't know how many Regises there are. So say an agent. So let me share my screen with you, and we'll just look and see what we can find with Regis, because you sold me on that virtual world. That's pretty badass. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So now I'll just pull up Regis. So let me share my screen. And let's say, for instance, I typed in Vegas. It looks like there's all 15 locations just in Vegas.
Yeah.
And so all these are Regis buildings, and all we have to do is we have a deal with Regis with eXp, and all we do is just go in and use them.
Yes, there's certain areas that you can use, absolutely, if you want to. Yeah, absolutely.
So let's do San Francisco, because I get a lot of agents saying I have to have an office in San Francisco.
Okay.
Oh, 52 locations in San Francisco alone.
Yep. Yeah.
And these are all first-class buildings, it looks like.
Oh, they're beautiful. I visited several of them in Miami and around me, and I could tell you they keep them very nice. Very nice.
That's really incredible. Plus you've got conference rooms, concierge, front desk people that are at your available service. And then you could also rent things for the day, the week, the month. So that's a no-brainer for me. That's pretty incredible.
Yep.
And I'm really blown away by how many locations there are. Let's pick another area, maybe something let's go Portland, kind of Pacific Northwest. How many's in Portland? Wow, 20 locations in Portland alone.
Yep.
Because I thought maybe it'd be one office and be kind of, out of the way or something. But it looks like there's more offices than there are real estate offices, frankly.
Yeah. So, and the thing is too, what an advantage if you are, for instance, I'm in near Clearwater Beach, Florida.
Right.
Maybe I have a buyer's agent in Tampa. I don't do business in Tampa. I don't go over the bridge for business. So they can be in my team suite, and they could actually, if they want to be in an office outside of their home, they could use the Regis office. So it's the best of all worlds. And we're close enough where we will get together and meet socially business wise, right?
Right.
So I think it's the best of all worlds.
I love it, because I get a lot of agents, frankly, because I'm a coach as well, and they want to make sure they meet their high-end clients and impress them. And frankly, me personally, I would keep my agents out of my real estate office because, number one, I didn't want them hearing everything that was going on. It's not always positive.
Right.
And so you're walking them to your office or to the conference room, and you hear the scuttlebutt and the stuff at the water cooler, or just frankly, the way people are dressed in the office. They're in flip-flops, and I'm trying to present professionally. I'd rather meet them at an executive office space that's going to have that persona of high end or professionalism. So for me, I think that's I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the team suite. I'm impressed now. You've got me being a believer in the Regis side of things. What other benefits are there versus being in a real estate office with maybe 50 or 100 agents versus a Regis office?
Like I said, to me, the distraction, as a team leader, and I know you were a team leader in an office as well, I've had it come up a couple of times where people believed that they were overheard talking to a client, their client was taken from them. Probably didn't really happen, but all of that none of that's going to happen. You don't have to work in a cubicle next to your competitor. You don't have to invest in all of your systems and then have,
That's a good point. And, all of a sudden, all these stories are coming back to me. Yep. I remember walking a client and then another realtor going, "Hey, Bill, what's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, we're here to meet with Randy." And they're like, "Oh, I thought we were client. I thought, we were friends. I thought, you didn't call me." And I'm like, wow, this could not be any more awkward, right? And when I went to the Regis, there was hardly any real estate agents in the whole thing. You had professional CPAs, attorneys, bookkeepers, business owners.
A network. You're talking about a business network, right? So there's another huge advantage of meeting all of those people. So
I love it. Well, I love the tour this morning. So I think you've broken the code on the eXp Exposed for the cloud-based office. So congrats on that. You've changed my mind, if I had a mind. But I so appreciate you sharing that with us today, Pamela. I'm looking forward to more. Would you be willing to do this again, maybe in another topic?
Let's do it. Absolutely. Awesome. I would love to show everybody how you get into a training for the most high-level trainers in the country. Instead of just your office folks, which lovely people, they have a lot to share. Can you imagine in a group of 25 to 30,000 people, the talent that rises up to train us here?
Wow.
It's not just an office of 50. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I love that. I'd love to see that as well. And maybe we can explore that in the future. But thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it on eXp Exposed. I think you've done a good job getting us.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
Right. Thanks,
Randy.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye for now.